Can you see me, Nia? Can you see me? Yeah?
Hello.
Oh, yay. Hey, Nia, how are you? $240,000. What percent of the business does Michelle own? So when you first look at this and how it's set up, what does it automatically kind of make you think in your head?
Like division?
There we go. Perfect. Because we know that there's 4 other partners. So how many partners is there altogether? There's 4 other partners and Michelle. How many partners altogether?
5.
That's right. Not that we really need to know that for the equation, because she only she invested $15,000, right? Right here on. She invested the $15,000, and the total investment of all 5 partners is the $240,000. Okay. So at this point, we can either take away zeros and do it that way, or you can get your calculator out and do it that way and figure it out. How would you like to do it today?
Take away the zeros?
You want to take away the zeros? Okay. All right. So taking away the zeros is easy enough. If you just, I'm sorry, undo that and get a different color. Get a black here. I think that might be good. So we're going to take out these 2 zeros. This is just a quick way. Do you know how to do this with division and fractions? Taking out the zeros?
I don't think so.
Okay, so so how would you approach this problem then? I know it's one that I would do, but how would you divide these 2? If you were to divide 15, how would you divide these?
Maybe like, can I divide the total amount of investments by the amount of investors?
No, because we're just looking at Michelle's portion of it. So let me go ahead and go through this and we'll go on. Okay. So let me go ahead and take away the 0. So you can, one of the easy ways, so see how I took out those 2 zeros right there? And see how I took out those other 2 zeros right there?
Yep.
Okay, now I'm going to take out this 0. And so what I'm left with, this is just simplifying the fraction. What I'm left with is 15 over 240. Okay? Now, is there any way to simplify this fraction? Or we're just going to go ahead and go in and divide the 15 by the 240. We can either do that or we can simplify this fraction. So simplifying this fraction, if we want to keep going down, get this down to, let's see, we know we can do 3. Hold on just a second. So if we were to divide this by 3 and 3, sorry, it takes a little bit to get used to. And some days I seem to be better with the stylus than others, but I'm getting it. Okay, so, I'm sorry. That was my bad. If we divide this by 3 and 3, and let's put an equal sign and bring it down below, okay? So 15 divided by 3 is 5, okay? And then 240 divided by 3. So you're going to look at the 24. And so we're going to say, okay, 24 divided by 3, or, is 8. And then you're going to bring that 0 down. Okay?
Okay.
So we have that. And now we're going to continue. 80 goes into 5. So this is where I'm actually going to get my calculator out. And I'm going to say, okay, I have my calculator. And I'm going to say 5 divided by 80, because that's what we're looking at. And again, you could have just done that with the initial investment instead of actually minimizing the fraction. But we're going to take 5 divided by 80, and we're going to get 0.0. And I like putting lines through my zeros. 0.0625. Now we're not done yet because we have to put this into a percentage. This is the decimal. Do you know how to put a percentage into a decimal? Maybe.
I
Refresh your memory.
have an idea, but probably not right.
And you're just getting back from summer too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so your brain's like, hey, I need to catch on. So what I'm going to do is you take the decimal and you just go back like this. Do you remember seeing that?
Yeah.
Okay, so the decimal is going to go here. So the answer is 0.25%. Okay? All right. So did you see how I took this initial investment? And I don't mind coming over here. So the other thing that I could have done as well is I could have just taken 15,000 and divided it by the 240,000. Do you have a phone or a calculator in front of you?
Yes.
Can you do that equation for me on your calculator just to check it so you can see it in your own head, please?
Yeah, it's the same.
Okay, so and then you just move the decimal 2 points, you see?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. All right, so let's go on to the next one. How do you feel about this one so far?
Pretty good. Do you always move the decimal on the 2 spots, or does it just depend?
Well, it depends on if they're asking for a decimal or a percentage. And it also depends on where that decimal is. That's just kind of one of those little tricks that I'm sure you've seen, that if you have a decimal and you want to turn it into a percent, you move it two places to the right.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so next. 3 partners are investing a total of $900,000 to open a garden and landscaping store. Their investments are in the ratio of 2 to 3 to 5, or 2, 3, 5. How much did the partner that invested the least contribute? And I say the least like that because you have to make sure when you're reading these that you're being very careful. Let me get this, that you're being careful to, ooh, hold on a second. I'm sorry. My brush isn't coming back over. That you make sure that you're answering the question correctly. You know how when you read a math problem, you have to go back and kind of make sure you're answering what they're asking for?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the ratio here, and let me just make sure I have my pen working because, hold on. Okay, good. All right. So it says the ratio of 2 to 3 to 5 ratio is written as an expression for the amount each partner invested. So let 2x represent the amount invested by the first partner, 3x represent the amount invested by the second partner, and 5x represent the amount invested by the third partner. Okay? Mm-hmm. So the way we're going to set this up is we have our 2x, okay, plus 3x, okay, because do you see how the ratio up here is 2, 3, 5 right here? See, I just underlined it?
Yep.
Okay. Let me know if I'm going too fast or if you have any questions, okay, sweetie?
Okay.
Write them in there or stop me if you want me to re-explain something.
Okay.
Because we're being videoed, I feel a little bit like I have to keep going. So if you want to stop me, please stop me. And then 5x. So we're going to do this. 2x plus 3x plus 5x equals the $900,000 or 900,000. Okay. Hold on. 0, 0, comma 0. Now, the way to break this equation down, okay, is we add all of the x's up. So 2x plus 3x is 5x. Okay, let me get a different color. So 2x plus 3x is 5x. And 5x plus 5x is 10x. So we're going to take this down to 10x. Did you see how I did that?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we're going to add these up in between. Now, this is now equal to that 10 is now equal to that 900,000. Okay. Oop. And let me just write this really quick with some quick zeros. Okay. All right. Now, when you look at that, you're like, okay, now I know what X is. I mean, I know in my head, I say X, okay, 10 is easy. So 90,000, right? Mm-hmm. So X is, let's say 900,000 divided by 10, 90,000. Okay. So we know X is 90,000. Now, who is the person that contributed the least? That's going to be the person that only that contributed 2, the ratio of 2. That means they contributed 2 times the amount. The other investor invested 3 times the amount, or a third basically, and then a fifth. And I'm sorry, that wasn't quite right on the third. But so we have somebody that invested 5 shares. We have somebody else that invested 3 shares, and then we have somebody else that invested 2 shares. And because they're asking about who invested the least, that would be the person with 2 shares of the company who invested in 2 shares. So we're looking at that $90,000, and you're going to take that 90,000, okay, or 90,000, excuse me, and you're going to multiply that by 2. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And again, excuse me right now, today my stylist is not loving me because of the 2x, because they want the person who contributed the least amount. And that comes up with 180,000. And that is the person who contributed the least amount is 2, who contributed 2 portions, 2 shares. And that would be the first partner. Okay?
Yeah.
So did that make sense? Or do you want me to review one more time over it?
I got it.
Okay, let's go on to the next, all right? The next is we do. Okay, so go ahead. Can you read this one for me, please?
Is there any way to make the tab smaller?
You know, actually, when you're looking, okay, so it's Kyle invests $20,000.
Okay, thank you. Kyle invests $20,000 in a partnership that has 5 other partners. The total investment of the partners is $160,000. I'm sorry, I can't read that one.
What percent?
Thank you. What percent of the business is owned by the 5 other parts?
Okay. So what percent of the business is owned by the 5 other partners? Okay, so Kyle's investment. So we know he invested $20,000. I'm sorry. That should be $15,000 in the partnership. And so he invested $15,000. And the total investment is $160,000. What percent of the business is owned by the other 5 partners? So what's the first thing that you want to find here? Just like we did on this one here. Hold on, let me go back real quick. Oh. This one here with Michelle's. Do you remember how we did this? Now, yeah. I know we made the fraction smaller. So what's an easier way to do this?
Get rid of the zeros.
Okay, but if we want to just skip that and use our calculator because you're a senior now, what's another way we can do it?
Divided.
Yeah, just take 15,000 and divide it by 160,000.
Uh, 0.09375.
Hold on just a second. I'm sorry, I'm having to add minutes to the session. Hold on just a second. Say that again.
0.09375.
That's right. Okay, so what would, if that is, how would we write that? So that's 9.375%. Hold on just a second. That's how much he owns. So what percent of the business is owned by the other 5 partners? So if he owns 0.9375%, and let me just go ahead and put this in here. If he owns 9.375%, oops, sorry.
Could I just multiply that by 5 and get the percentage that everybody else owns?
Well, and that's what I was, so exactly. So we're not going to go, you're not going to obviously, he owns 9.375. You can either multiply that by 5 or you can subtract that from 100%. You can do 100 minus 3.975 and you're going to get what everybody else owns, correct?
Yeah.
That would probably be the easiest than even multiplying it by 5.
Did you get 90.634?
Yeah, it could be 90.63 or just 90.6, honestly. I did taxes for 5 years, and all we ever really had to do was kind of round up to that tenths place value. But 90.6%, yes. Okay. You want to try, why don't you try and use the stylus on the next one, okay? I want you to try and get used to the writing tool.
Okay.
Okay? All right, next. All right, let me go ahead and read this one. Kyle invests $20,000. No, I'm sorry, wrong one. 2 partners are starting a wedding planning business. The total investment is $45,000. Their investments are in the ratio 4-5. How much does each investor contribute? Okay, so what's one of the first things? Ratio of 4-5. You want to try and use the pen this time?
Yeah.
Do you remember how we did it? If you want to go back, we can go back to the slide where I did it earlier. Very good. Very good. You got this. You're much better at using the stylus than I am. You are.
Oh, that's ugly.
No, it's fine. It's good. You're fine. I'm gonna get a drink of water real quick, okay? So now, okay, now that was awesome, by the way. You, like I said, you do the stylus much better than I do. So now we know 9 and 45,000. So does that, so X would equal, I mean, do you see a correlation there between 9 and 45? Hopefully you do.
5.
Yes. So what would X equal?
5.
Yeah, because 45 divided by 9 is going to be 5. And you've got 3 zeros on the end. So it's going to be 5,000. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Very good. See, this is how when we do it together, it's more fun when we do it together.
There we go.
Okay. Very, very good. Okay. So this problem seems, I'm not going to say it was a little bit, it's a little bit, but it seems like it's a little bit easier when you do it out like this.
Yeah.
And that's why on the other one, I wanted to give you some examples of, you can either do the zeros. I wanted to give you a couple different ways. You could either take the zeros out and minimize the fraction, or you're a senior, use your calculator and divide it that way. Okay.
Okay.
So this is a you do. Now, seeing that you now have a pretty good sense of the brush and stuff, I'm going to read this to you, and then I'm going to watch you work. And if you have questions on this one, ask me. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Don't worry. It's not like a test. I just want to see how you do like on your own. Okay? But I'm here. All right. Alex invests $25,000 in a partnership that has 3 other partners. The total investment of all partners is $640,000. What percent of the business does Alex own? Okay. So if you could set up the equation, you don't have to write it all out, just set up the equation, okay? Very good. Very good. It's like the more you do it, the more you're used to it. I haven't used it since middle of last week. So very good. And then, yep, do it on your phone. Very good.
That's enough.
No, you're fine. You're good. You're doing great. You don't have to write it all the way out there. That's good. You're fine. Just be able to put it into a percent. Yeah.
3.9.
Awesome. So Alex owns 3.9%. So can you circle, or you can just put B or whatnot. And I, being the teacher that I am, I'm going to give you a big smiley face because you did an awesome job. Okay. I know you're in 12th grade, but you know what I've taught? I teach all different grades, all different levels. And I love praising. Okay. Are you ready? You did an awesome job on that. Okay. Next, this is a ratio one. 3 partners are investing a total of $490,000 to start a video game service. Their investments are in the ratio 2-1-4. How much did the partner that invested the most contribute? So remember 2, 1, and 4. Yep, you got it. Very good. You okay?
Yeah.
I know.
Wait. Here we go. I guess that's one's just too small.
What?
4. 9 0 0.
Awesome. Do you want me to take, oh, this is a you do, sorry.
I want to say 70,000.
Yes, very good. X equals 70,000.
And then
Which partner is they're asking, what are they asking? Which partner did the partner that invested the most contribute? So which partner would that be? The one that invested 2 shares, 1 share, or 4 shares?
4 shares. So the third partner.
Yes, and do you, one step further, how much did he invest just off the top of your head? You don't have to do it, but if he invested 4 shares at $70,000, how much did he invest?
280?
Yes, because you take 70,000, you multiply it by the 4 because that's how many shares they had. He had 4. And yes, that would be $280,000 because obviously 4 times 7 is 28. And then you add the zeros. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Very good. All right. You ready to go on with your exit tickets?
Yep.
Okay. Last 2 questions. Use your calculator on the one or on both, either one. Show your work. And if you need absolute help, ask me. Otherwise, I'm just going to be here. Okay.
Okay.
Cheering you on. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let me read it to you. Jordan invests $125,000 in a partnership that has 5 other partners. The total investment of all partners is $950,000. What percent of the business does Jordan own? Okay, so Jordan, $125,000, $950,000. All you have to do is write the, yeah, thank you. And then you can just tell me like what the, just like you did before. You're doing awesome, Nia. How is it feeling for you with the stylus? Is it getting a little easier? Kind
Yeah.
of? Yeah? Okay, good.
Right. Yeah.
Good job. 13.1%. Yes. So that would be very good. Okay. And one more. And you are done. Hold on. Let me just. Awesome. Awesome job. Okay. Let me read this one to you. 4 partners. 4 are investing a total of $250,000 to start a surfing business. Their investments are in the ratio 2, 3, 5, 6. Which partner did the partner that invested the least contribute? So which partner was it and how much did they contribute? Because here, so the first partner is going to be the 2. The second partner is going to be the 3. And so I know you can't, you know what, let me write this over here just because I know I don't think you can see that ratio very well. Oh no, here it is right here.
Yeah.
See that? Okay. So there's the first, second, third, fourth, and then whichever one, it's an Excel ticket. Like I said, sometimes I chat. Very good. And how much did he contribute? What was the amount, the total amount? Of the first partner?
234,000. No.
Because the first partner invested 2 shares at $15,000. He has 2 shares in the business, 2 shares at the business. Remember that.
31,200.
Very good. Yes. Good job. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, no, I heard you kind of something happened in the background. I think you got distracted for a second. But very good job. Awesome, awesome, awesome. 100%. So yes, if you want to go ahead and rate the 30,000, that would be awesome. It's 31,250. And that's obviously because the partner that has that invested the least was at a ratio of 2. And so you take the 1 share at 15,000 and multiply that by the 2. Very good job. Yay. Okay. So how do you feel about this? We're coming now to the reflection period. So how did you feel about this tutoring lesson overall?
I thought it was good. I like, doing the problems together and then by yourself. Because sometimes, when you tutor, you don't know a problem, they explain it to you, you click the answer, and then you move on to the next, and you don't really
understand, like really get it. Yeah. And that's the thing, is that we really want to make sure that you get this. So I know you've been off for the summer and you haven't had a lot of math, but coming back from the summer, how did you feel this lesson was? Because we kind of did the 2 problems. Did that help that it was repetitive like that and in detail?
Yeah.
Okay, so now after doing this, do you feel that for these 2 areas of financial algebra, which is like partnership, this area, do you feel that you want to keep practicing, or do you feel that you've kind of mastered the lesson of percentages with partnerships?
I think I want to keep practicing just because I tend to forget things really quickly, and so I need to see it a lot of times before I have it down.
And you know what? I absolutely agree. We've been in the summer. We lose information. You're coming back into school. What part of the country are you in?
The U.S.
In the US? Okay, yeah. I'm in the South. I'm in the South, so we just started back to school this week. So it's a little like, so yeah, I would definitely recommend. You did a great job, and your mastery of the brush was quick, of the writing utensil. As you can see, I'm trying to give you a big smiley face. You did the problems. I like how we worked well together. You worked very well online, and then you did the problems great. Even when you got a little distracted at the end, you pulled it together. So very good job. I'm gonna put a survey down here at the bottom. And if you could please go click that real quick and fill that out. Actually copy and paste it, if you don't mind, into your browser, just to be safe. And fill that out and just let us know how the session went, okay? Okay, all right, Nia, well, you have a fabulous senior year. It's a senior year. And homecoming's coming up soon, huh?
Is it?
It is. It's in October, but still. Enjoy your senior year, okay, sweetheart?
Okay, thank you.
All right, I'll see you later, okay?
Yep, bye.
All right, bye. Thank you.